for joining us for our Wild at Home session. For those of you that I have not met virtually, my name is Tori and I am the Outreach Educator for the Friends of the WNC Nature Center, which means that I am usually the traveling animal lady. So I am often driving around to schools and libraries and summer camps and all sorts of other facilities, bringing animal education programs and activities to people who can't always visit the Nature Center. But while we are closed, I am bringing all sorts of animal and nature activities right to your homes. And today we are going to be doing a nature craft. I'm really excited about this because it's an activity, it's a craft that you guys can not only do for yourselves if you want to decorate your own homes or bedrooms, but it's also something that you can use to design for other people. So I'll probably be using this craft when I'm making thank you cards and different things that I get to mail to my friends and family. So all you're going to need for this activity is some white paper or whatever other materials you want to do your art project on, and then some washable ink pads. So I have a really great variety, I'm going to try to flip them around, of washable ink pads here of different colors. These are really easy to find at any sort of craft store or large store, but the key is make sure they're washable. You do not want to have a horrible mishap where you're getting this ink on your thumbs or on your fingers and it doesn't come off. So you're going to need white paper, your washable ink in whatever colors you choose, and then also a black pen or a black Sharpie. So you guys can grab your materials and we're going to get started. Alright guys, so I have got my white paper, I've got my black pen, and then over to the side on the floor I've got all my different color ink pads. And the really fun thing about this craft is that you have to have zero artistic ability to do it. So we are going to create some thumbprint animals. So I'm going to start with my green ink pad, and I'm just going to take my thumb and get lots of nice green ink on there. And like I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that your ink is washable. You don't want any sad stories later. So I'm going to take my nice green thumb and I'm going to press it down on my ink pad there, or on my paper. Ooh, that came out nice. So the first animal that we are going to create is a frog. So we're going to give our frog two very large eyeballs, put some little pupils in there, give our frog a nice two little dots for nostrils. I'm going to give my frog a smile. I think we got a happy frog. We've had a lot of rain recently, which frogs love. We're going to do some happy little hands here with fingers. And then, of course, the most important thing for frogs, we're going to have some nice bouncy legs. So I'm going to do two bouncy legs there. And I'm going to count out 5 toes on each side. And voila, you have just created a frog. Alright, so our next critter, I'm going to take our red ink pad, and I'm going to press my thumb in there, and I probably still have some green ink left on my thumb from the frog, but that's okay. So I'm going to take my thumb, and I'm going to do a nice red thumbprint, and we're going to use that to create our ladybug. So I'm going to do a line about 1/3 of the way up, and just kind of fill that in with some black. I'm going to do a line coming down the middle. Ladybugs are beetles. They're also called lady beetles, which means that they have 2 wings, and their wings separate right down the center of their backs. So we've got our nice ladybug spots, and then of course I'm going to throw in some lovely little ladybug antenna. So we've got our frog, we've got our ladybug. Let's do something furry. Let's do a mammal. So I'm going to take our purple ink pad, and of course you can use whatever colors you want for any of these critters. And I'm going to create one of my all-time favorite animals, the cat. So I'm going to have to do this one facing me, and then I'll flip it around for you guys to see here. So we're going to add our ears. We're going to add our lovely cat eyes. We're going to do a little triangle for a nose and a line coming down to the bottom. And then, of course, one of the cat's most famous features, the whiskers. We're going to throw 3 little whiskers on each side, and we've got ourselves a cat. Let's do one more critter. So I am going to select my blue ink pad for this one. I'm going to do a blue thumb. Ooh, that one's really dark. We're going to do our blue right here. And our last animal is going to be a turtle. So turtles have tails, so I'm going to do a little triangle here for the tail. I'm going to do 4 legs, 1, 2, 3, 4. No pressure if they aren't even. I'm certainly not going to judge you. We're going to do a little head on top, and then we're going to add 2 little eyeballs. And voila, we have created 4 different animals just using our thumbs. So if you guys create these animals, if you create different animals, please feel free to take photos and tag us in them. We would love to see your creations. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week for another Wild at Home. Bye, guys.